Do you know of any states that officially recognize state citizens? All 50 states recognize state citizens. Where are they least likely to be harassed by administrative courts and police? Um, that's a whole nother question. Northern Arizona, um, not Colorado, Southern Idaho, South Dakota, Florida, some parts of Texas. But state citizens are recognized in all 50 states per the Supreme Court. I know you asked a different thought process of a question, but if you know how to respond to any issue, it's not about, hey, here's my state citizen ID, leave me alone. That's not where we're coming from. We're just meeting our fellow brothers and sisters who don't know, and we're having great dialogue and conversations, and we're not being hostile, and we're not saying this, that, and the other. You give them a license, you give them the insurance, or you have the MSO. And to finish my story on my friend, he had the MSO on his Cadillac Escalade, and he had no license, and he had a passport ID card. He gave him the passport ID card. They said, you have to have a driver's license. He said, no, I don't. It went back and forth. They had nothing to arrest him on. You know what they arrested him for and why he won his case? Failure to provide identification. That's what the arrest was. He gave a passport card in front of his wife. So he spent 3 days in jail or 72-hour hold because they were trying to find out who he is, because he didn't come up in their database. And long story short, is that going to stop from law enforcement? Probably not. But we're not going to operate in that, regard. We're going to make sure our contracts protect us. That's all we are going to operate in. That's what I would suggest. Some people want to lose their license, and I want to be able to go into an airport and rent a car if I want, because I know my license, I'm not contracted. It doesn't matter if my face is on it, my likeness is on it. That's technically in law, not me. But I can hold it in my wallet. I can hand it to somebody, and I can drive out in a car and use my debit card and go get go travel. That's being wise as a serpent, soft as a dove. Those are the instruments in which I'm taking from the word of God for myself, and I'm not confronting these law enforcement officers who are not trained in who we are. Do you not think everybody in this country is not going to run towards being a state citizen in the next couple of years? You're going to see HISAdvocates go through the roof. We're already on 30 countries, 3 network stations, Android TV, Amazon Fire, and Roku. I'm telling you right now, we have a marketing team that's kicking us off. We have automated systems kicking us off. Bunch of people that are whales, like 30 million followers, signing up for our services. NFL football players, they're all going to come rushing. We already have them, by the way, but they're all going to come rushing. I don't care if you're a cop or a federal agent. I don't care. I don't care if you work for the CIA. You're still going to have to go through our process, and we're going to ask you some questions. You're still going to have to sign our contracts, and you're going to waive all rights to do anything to us whatsoever. And we're going to help you to become a state citizen and hopefully reprogram your mind to be a real legitimate man and contributor to society. I don't care who you are, because I know what we're doing in law is lawful, right? But I'm not going to play with their funds. I'm not going to play with their birth certificates. I'm not going to play with all that stuff. If I want to go get my birth certificate and pull out on the private, I got a long form copy. That's all I need. I can use that for my passport. The point that I'm trying to make is there are a lot of states that recognize it. There's more, and it's the sheriffs that you need to really consider being around, and just bring them your paperwork. If you're going to move into a county, walk into a sheriff's office and look, I don't want to freak you out. I'm not a sovereign citizen. I just know Ben Franklin was never a United States citizen. And this is what I've discovered. Here's my paperwork. Just check it out. just know I'm about helping you out. I'm about the rule of the law for this community, and I'm not here to cause controversy, but just check this out. And if I can buy you a coffee or buy you lunch or support you as a deputy sheriff, if you're ever in trouble, I'm your guy. I'm a patriot. I love my country, but I'm not who the the FBI is making me out to be. That's not me. I'm not a sovereign citizen, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and most of these quote unquote sovereign citizens are false flag events. And I don't want to get into that with you, but you can take every major sovereign citizen issue, whether it be a murder and you're talking under 25 people in the last 15 years that the feds said they're sovereign citizens and have committed crimes, maybe 25 people. Guess what? I want you to think about this for a sec. They're the #1 on the domestic terrorist watch list before Muslim terrorists, before MS-13, before the Crips, before the Bloods, before any street gang in this nation. People that love freedom. Christians now are on the domestic terrorist watch list. Ecuador just said God does not exist, close every church. You don't think they're bringing that here? You don't think the fight is going to change in this nation? They just armed military weapons 80,000 IRS agents. You still want to be a debtor? You know what I mean? Come out.